Oh, Jesus.
He has to prove that we're here now, and that I've done this before, and that we're here at the end of the speech. So that
Trin's an old pro at this.
right. Otherwise, they'll be like, none of those people listen to you.
I won't be like, Cena and knock it over.
Just because
And
people are here doesn't mean they're listening to anything.
Alright. I know, as always, guys, you're always busy. Heck, you're trying to get the heck out of here. So thank you, everybody, for your time. So, even when disaster strikes, people still need to eat. Sometimes chicken soup for the soul, just that. It's just chicken soup. Jose Andres and his organization, the World Central Kitchen, have been operating since 2010, going into disaster areas such as hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, even war zones, trying to feed people, give them warm meals, not just prepackaged food. Me, myself, I have actually been on FEMA deployments to Hurricane Harvey, and I've seen what a disaster looks like. I've seen what a MRE, a meal ready to eat, looks like. They're terrible. You're not getting good food when you're in a disaster area. Not until places like World Central Kitchen came around. So today we'll discuss the varying circumstances in which disasters can occur, and how they interrupt the normal means of food, how they disrupt the normal means of eating, and who's there to help, and what you can do to help them, help support them. So 30 million students rely every year, I see you chuckling, 30 million students rely every year on school lunch programs. And if a natural global disaster happens, such as COVID-19, those kids aren't eating. They're not getting their food at school. Between March and September of 2020, 1.7 billion less meals were made and consumed by kids, even with voucher programs. That's 1.7 billion meals not eaten. That's 1.7 billion empty stomachs. Meals missed. That's a 30% decline from that year, from the previous year. And every year, people are being displaced due to natural disasters. From forest fires, hurricanes, tornadoes, more and more people are finding themselves displaced every year. In Ukraine, civilians have been forced to relocate, and their normal means of eating has been waylaid and disrupted. We've discussed the problem, but is there anything that we can do about it? Since 2010, Chef Jose Andres has been hard at work trying to help feed those in need. Starting with the 2010 Haiti earthquake, he saw a problem and he went in and stepped up. And he's actually changing the way it's being done. So beforehand, like I was saying, it was MREs. They would ship in all prepackaged food, canned food, and that was it. What he's doing is he's going in and he's actually using the means that are at hand. He's going into restaurants that currently exist, paying the people that are there, putting money back into the local economies during these disaster times. And he's getting hot meals using local recipes, using local means to try to feed those that are in need. And those that cannot get to those restaurants, he's actually using food trucks. And he's using those food trucks to get to those that are in more remote locations. And as I was saying earlier, since Ukraine was invaded by Russia, he's actually been out there and he's gone personally to be out there himself. So you're saying to yourself, this sounds like a good organization. What can I do? So as a 501c3, the World Central Kitchen relies on donations. Charity Watch actually gives them an A+ rating, as well as for every dollar they spend, they spend over $100 for donations. Over 98% of donations will actually go to those in need. As the climate gets worse, we'll see more events. Someone you know will most likely be affected by this at some point. If those with the means and the opportunity to do something don't, places like World Central Kitchen will dry up. These places will no longer exist, and that means of eating will go away. Because like I said, sometimes chicken soup for the soul is just chicken soup. Thank you for your time.
Yay, good job, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Girl.